on our live from set on this Thursday. What do you remember about that week and who you beat?
Old memories, man. Thank you. You know, I was kind of getting a little foggy, you know, until you brought this up, and now everything's coming back in. So, anyway, Claudia, I made it, believe it or not. She sent me by myself. I told her I'll make it, don't worry about it. This is gorgeous. This is unbelievable what's happened here. I mean, I came back here to play early 90s, mid-90s maybe, and I played, we had an NFL tournament here with the senior tour. That was the last time. David Faraday and I came also one year to do a Q&A in the clubhouse. But other than that, I've not been back here. But I want to tell you something. We weren't all for this, you know, in the beginning. You know, when we first looked at this and they were talking about building it, there was a little thing going on about, oh, we don't need this thing. What the hell do we need this thing for? What is this? I'm going to tell you something. What Dean Beeman and his crew did here and what they've done is just unbelievable. You know, the question has always been around and people have been talking about it is, should this be the fifth major? Yes. And there's no question in my mind about it. The field, the golf course, look at it. 100,000 people. Why not? I mean, it's unbelievable, unbelievable.
Lee, how did the place survive the pushback from the players, let's say back in the early 80s? Because typically, if you guys didn't like something, and it was pretty unanimous back then that it was too rough, it was too hard, it was too nasty, it was too strange, too quirky, whatever it all was, how did this tournament survive all of that and this course now become one of the best tests in the game and the tournament literally one of the best in the entire world?
Beeman.
Really?
Beeman. Beeman fought for it. Beeman did more for our tour, I think, than, and I'm not saying anything against our other commissioners. He did more for our tour probably as far as insurance and retirement funds and what have you. He did more for us than anybody. And he was dead set in doing this. And he could see he could see the picture of it. We couldn't. We were too busy playing and everything. And all of a sudden, we just kind of, like the TPC courses, when they wanted to do the TPC courses all over the country. We were against that also, and it happened. But, yeah, did a hell of a job. You can say what you want to, our commissioners. We've had 4. And they've all done a terrific job. Joe Dye was in for a short time. Beeman came in. And then we had Fincham. Fincham, I mean, an attorney, did a terrific job in what he did. And then now we've got Monahan. Let me tell you something about Monahan. What he's gone through these last 2 years is unbelievable. And being an old military guy, a Marine Corps, let me tell you, what he's accomplished since these 2 years have gone by of all the fighting and going on, and it's still not settled. But I'm going to tell you, I saw a different Fincham last night. I saw a guy that's up, step was good, and I just want to tell you that if I need somebody to go in the foxhole with me, I'm going to take Fincham with me.
Wow. What's it like for you?
I'm sorry, Monahan.
Well, what's it like for you as one of the best to ever do it, to see the schism, the split in the professional game that you helped build?
Well, you know, it goes back, way back. I'm one of the guys that did the split the first time. I was in on that. 1968, 1969, 1970. And the PGA owned it. The tour wanted to go on its own. I was at the meeting at Jack Nicklaus's club when McCormick wanted to take 20 players and start his own tour. I was there. And everything went back and forth, and thank God, you know, they settled it. And I think that the PGA Tour, I'm not for sure, but I think the PGA Tour ended up getting the Ryder Cup. And then they started their own tour. The big problem is that we were very vulnerable, in my opinion, because my question was always, who owns the tour? Who's the owner? Nobody could tell me. They said, oh, we got a commissioner. I said, no, but he doesn't own it. And then, you know, someone came in, a lot of money.
How dangerous is the situation right now, Lee? Do you think in the game, the split?
Let me tell you, I'm gonna give you a statement. Probably shouldn't keep my mouth shut but you know me, I'm ready all the time. Personally, golf is in a hell of a position right now. It is great. Our attendance is up. Our ratings are up. The people are loving it. The players are playing faster. Television is doing a tremendous job now, just this year. In other words, telecasting. And hopefully the guy in there that's doing all this is listening to me. Instead of watching some guy leaning on his putter at the back of the green, he's showing somebody else hit a shot. Because he has fans and a family also. And this is what I have seen. Now, if we can just get the caddy and the player to make a decision a little bit quicker, we'll even be better. And we don't want to go to the clock. I'm sure of that. So I think it is. But I'll tell you something. Our investors, look at that. We've got what? $400 million now new coming in. We've got all these things that have come up. Personally, just being the gatepost, coming from Mex, I think it's dead. I think the other side is gone.
Speaking of ownership, Lee, it's been said that a handful of players have owned their golf swing. Mo Norman, Ben Hogan, Tiger, you. Was there a stretch in your playing career where you could say, oh, I owned my swing? Marion, Muirfield, your call.
I've always owned my swing because I taught myself how to play. It is today I probably wouldn't have if there had been all the instructors and all the apparatuses that you can put and watch your swing and do this and do that and you're here and you're there and you're here. No, we just felt it. We felt it. I mean, sometimes we'd hit a hook and we'd bend the shaft. I mean, all of a sudden the shaft's like that. We didn't know you couldn't do that, you know. So we would just bend the shaft, you know. We'd miss a putt. The putter's a little upright. We'd cross the street to a curb. And then we'd make it flat, so we'd be okay the rest of the round. I mean, this is crazy the way we did it. But no, I own everything. I own it. I own it. Every day, I dream it. I sleep this game. I eat this game. Everything is about this game. That's all I have. I don't have anything else. I only have the game of golf. It is my whole life. It's my family. I've been friends with this guy for over 50 years. He'll tell you the same thing.
I'm interested to know. Now, you've just had your knee replaced, so let's put that on the side for a second. But listening to you talk about this and this atmosphere and this place and the pride that you have in it, is there part of you that wishes you could actually be out there today doing this?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, the people hollering at you. See, now they give you a standing ovation because of what you've accomplished, not what you're doing today. You know, you can come down the line at 10 over and they say, go get them, Lee, go get them. I said, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, 10 over par here, but yeah, this is all I know. This is my life. This has been I mean, when you take a kid out of a farm, cotton farm, into a little bit of trouble, into the Marine Corps at 17, 4 years out of the Marine Corps, 21, welding an irrigation system on a golf course at 22, starting to play golf at 22, winning the Open by 68 by the time I was 29. How the hell can I ask for anything more?
Could that happen in today's modern world of professional golf? A story like that?
Yes.
It could?
Sure. If the guy's got the opportunity, the will, and he wants to work at it, sure. There'll be a guy that'll come out of there from nowhere and do it. Yeah.
Speaking of the modern player, I once interviewed you in 2001 at the Light Path Long Island Classic. Bobby Watkins won for the first time. I was doing a story on Phil Mickelson, who's missing short putts, and you said, I wish Phil would call me. His shoulders are moving too much up and down.
Up and down.
How much have young players leaned on you through the years? I would think your phone would be ringing off the hook.
Well, there's only one shoulder that should move up and down when you putt, not both of them. Okay.
I remember you telling me that.
So when you putt, if you watch these guys here, I've analyzed it, I study it. And now these guys putt better than we did. Now the greens are better. The greatest improvement of all, as far as golf is concerned in my career, is the mower. The thing that mows the fairways and mows the greens. That's the biggest improvement. It's not the equipment. It's the mower. You understand? And the sand, the texture of it. It's all the same. So when guys get on the putting green, watch the bad putters. The bad putters have broken elbows. And they wave everywhere, okay? They think, you see them when they push a putt, if this elbow is broken and it comes up, see, it'll open the blade, okay? And so all these guys here are putting with a shorter putter. Now, the reason it's a shorter putter, think about it. They're all big mallet head. If they were 35 and 36 inches long, you couldn't swing them. They would be too heavy. So these manufacturers are making all the putters at 34 and 33. The reason for it is because they're big. Better balance. You can hit it off center. Now, with a shorter putter, you can straighten your arm. So you pull the shoulder up, straight arm. And then you let it go. Let the butt go backwards. Crenshaw told me this a long time ago. He said, your left arm has got to be straight. Crenshaw can putt.
Yeah, he could.
Hey, listening to you talk about all this and talk about television and what a great job you think television, is doing in the broadcast.
Wasn't always doing it. Wasn't always doing it.
But is this something that you would ever consider doing again?
Don't even mention it.
Huh?
Because
if
you offer me $90, my wife will make me take the job. Really, my wife will make me take the job, If I wanted to get into television, yes, I wouldn't mind doing it on the equipment part of it, maybe. I actually think that we need to explain equipment and stuff, in other words, to the person that's buying it out there. But I study these guys, the way that they play. They're all coming inside now, because I've always been a big believer that to hit a golf ball, you got to try to come in at 7 o'clock. I always told you that, 7 o'clock. No one, not 3% of the people that play golf realize that a golf club bends this way and this way when you hit a golf ball. It'll bend down and this way. And if you don't believe it, just run it in slow motion. You'll see it go this way, okay? So that's why guys go with stiffer shafts. If it didn't bend this way and this way, then what the hell do you need a stiff shaft for? Say you could use a regular or whatever. So what happens is all these things that are out there, they need to be put out. But these guys here are playing, the grips are better. It's unbelievable. Now, there's one player out there that's impressed me a little bit. Michael Kim?
Yeah.
Yes.
What impresses you about the Cal Golden Bear? What do you like?
What's that?
What do you like about his game?
Comes inside. Comes way inside. Shoffley does that.
Xander?
Yeah. And
what about Scotty? The world number one?
Comes inside more than anybody else because his foot goes back.
Oh.
And when your foot goes back, you'll come inside more.
How about that? Well, I tell you what,
I told him, I said, you're cheating, boy. You're hitting the ball at 8. because he practices at Preston Trails at our club in Dallas. And he's a lovely guy. I mean, he's a super individual. I mean, we couldn't have a better number one. And no question that we could even vote anybody like that. He's unbelievable. He's right now, here's what scares me, is he is starting to experiment with his putter. He's experimenting with different putters now, and he's changed the grip. And winning 7 tournaments and $62 million wasn't enough. God dang it, he's got it.
Lee, we could do this all morning.
Yes, we could.
It's so great to visit with you.
I love you, man.
Thank you. I love you,
and I watch
buddy.
you all the time. And this is my man right here. I love him. Love him.
A wonderful relationship.
Yeah.
Mark Rolfing and Lee Trevino. 6-time major champ. Jack Nicklaus, by the way, runner-up in 4 of those majors. And, of course, the 1980 Players champion, Lee Trevino, across the street, A1A. Beat them all that week. So many great quotes throughout the career of Lee Trevino. One of my favorites when he beat Jack Nicklaus in the U.S. Senior Open. Lee was sitting up in the booth. He said, "Give me that trophy. Give me that trophy."
Love you, man.